Whoops, I cut that early. My bad. This is Nick from Game Pass News. We are recording Wednesday, December 22nd. I'm here with my co-host Sean. How you doing, man?
I'm good, thank you very much. I was thinking, like, why are you talking so suddenly? But yeah,
Yeah,
no
my
worries.
bad. I was like, "Oh good, the countdown's done. I'll just transition this right." Oh wait, my bad. Anyways, so we're going to be talking about some top stories, some Christmas stuff, doing all kinds of stuff like that. Sean, are you ready for Christmas?
Almost. This for those that are listening via the podcast and through the podcasting service, there is a big lump behind the cover behind me. That is stage one of the wrapping. Stage two carries on tomorrow when I finish work. Um, but yeah, we're pretty much ready. We're there. We picked up the food. We picked up all the meat order and stuff that we put in. Presents are slowly getting wrapped. So yeah, so I've just got one more day at work to do, and then that's it for Christmas. How about you?
Nice. We're getting there. We got some more wrapping to do. Got to pick up some food still. It has extended out to be quite a deal. Now we are. It's like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Basically, we're doing something. So it's getting a little crazy. Hey Ebicel, thanks for dropping in, man. He's asking if you got a real forest behind you or a pretend forest. So, let you answer that. Um,
Um, I so my eldest daughter is away. She's currently in Florida, so she's over your side of the pond. Um, so I've kind of hijacked her bedroom to be the podcasting area for this evening. Um, and probably the next time I can't remember when she's back because of the travel restrictions and self isolation and blah, blah, blah. Thanks to Unicron, you know,
mm-hmm.
Lord of Chaos. Um, so I've kind of took over this so that just so Lindsay can carry on watching TV while we record a podcast.
That's great. So so for those listening, Sean is sitting in his daughter's room and there are branches behind him on the wall. So Abisel's asking, are they real or fake? So
No,
what's
it's
the?
just wallpaper. So
It's just
so
wallpaper. Okay.
just wallpaper. Very nice wallpaper.
It is, yeah.
And almost caused a divorce before Logan was born.
Oh
This,
no.
this was initially this was initially his nursery until he outgrew it and we kind of moved the kids all around. But we kept the decoration here because it was quite nice. So
Yeah, I like it. Hey, Duke. The Duke's here too. Appreciate you stopping by, man. Great to have you. So today we're not gonna let's not bury the lead. We are it's a slow news week. That's the best way to say it. It's a slow news week. We have some fun topics though to chat about. Top 10 games, Game Informer drop. Thank you to our good friend Tim for giving us the heads up on that. And then also what we're looking forward to in 2022. So we plan to have a little bit of fun, kind of more laid back, maybe less newsy, more just you and I chatting. What we should have done is put a fire in behind us. You know, like the Yule log. That would have been grand. I love it. Had some hot cocoa. That would have been great. Um, so let's see, Sean. Where do we start? Top stories. Game Informer's top 10 of 2021. Let's bounce back and forth. Start at 10. You take the first one, and we'll just kind of chat as we walk down.
so 7 and 10, bottom of the list go first. Psychonauts 2, they kind of chucked that in there, and I'm a little bit disappointed this got as low as it did in the list because it was a good game, graphically quite a nice game, and I believe it probably only got as far down this list because it seems to have been a bugbear for people to be quite long. So
Yeah, I don't know why. There's for some reason that I really have trouble finishing this game. I mean, I'm just about to finish Halo Infinite, and I'm working my way through it. But for some reason, I don't know. Psychonauts just doesn't keep me engaged, and I don't know what it is. Something about it though. But also, is a banger of a year. I mean, people talk about it being a quieter year for games, but there's a lot of games this year. So the fact that it made a top 10 list in a year like this, and this is the
yeah,
list of everybody, not just Xbox games, but all the platforms. So, yeah.
definitely. I mean, Zablank in the Discord, he has literally just kind of rolled credits, and he's now going back to find all the like different figments. So
God bless
it
that
has
man.
got that. Yeah, it has got that 100% like collector's style drive to kind of play the game, but I'm not even that far, I think.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Did you see his list of completed games? It's
It was big.
ridiculous. It's big.
He is the dad that finishes.
I know, I know, I know. Good for
Unlike
him.
me, who has only completed like 4 games this year.
I know. I was thinking everybody was putting out their list, and I was like, I'm not putting out my list. I don't know. I'm not doing it. I don't even want to take the ridicule that'll come if I put this list out. So yeah, I just was like, I'll just let them talk about that and move on. So anyways, Sean, we should have looked this up, or hopefully, maybe you can pick it up. Inscription. I have no idea what this game is.
He got some traction in the Discord, and I'm not entirely sure what the game's about. I haven't looked into it.
You know what? When
Kinda
you were
wanted to
chatting, I could have been looking it up, but I didn't. So I'm not gonna lie, I didn't.
But yeah, it got a lot of interest in the Discord.
Oh, it's a
there's
Devolver
couple of
game.
Yeah, there's a couple of people that banded back and forth, like their thoughts on it and what they've been doing and how they've been playing it. So, that's about as much as I know about the game. So, I'll be enlightened for you to tell me what it's like.
Oh, 2 words, Sean, that'll tell you why we know nothing about it. Deck building roguelike. Okay, it's only 2 words, but however many words those are, I don't know. Oh, actually, it is 2 words. Yeah, they go together. Deck building roguelike. Yeah, that's why I don't know anything about it, but I'm glad it's a good game for those of you who like those things. We'll just move right on, Sean. What's number 8?
So It Takes Two, which in the Video Game Awards, or the Game Awards, I always want to call it the Video Game Awards, but in the Game Awards, that won Best Part, Platformer and Cooperative. That deserves to be higher in the list. For the amount of people that didn't vote for that to be higher, it's just, no.
Yeah, excuse me, I'm going to move my camera here. I'm having camera issues. I'm having all kinds of issues today. So y'all just got to bear with me while I try to figure this out so I don't look like a midget in the corner. But now I just look like a midget on the side, so whatever. Yeah, so who voted for this list? Do we know?
No, I'm assuming that the Game Informers will have been
They're readers?
Yeah, they'll have done a poll online, won't they? And this will have been a collection of data from various media outlets.
Okay, fair enough. I don't know. I get why if that's the people. I love It Takes Two. I'm glad it won, but I don't know. It's really hard to figure out if like It Takes Two should beat like Metroid Dread or Forza 5 or something. I mean, that's tough. I'm almost glad it did, just because it's a small indie studio and that's cool that it kind of came up on top. But there's also a part of me that's like, I'm glad it did only because you root for the underdog. If I'm really being honest, do I think it was better than those other games? Oh, I don't know, man.
Let's see. Out of the rest of the games that are in the list, I've only played two more of the game. Three more of the games that's on the rest of the list.
We just keep going. You'll have played them all by the time we're done.
So I think it deserves to be higher up, just because, I mean, we played it for 3 hours straight in Extra Life, and then when we played it last week before the podcast, I could have quite happily have not done the podcast and carried on playing the game to the end. So, yeah, it's a very well-made game. It plays really well. The controls are absolutely fluid. The story is fantastic. It kind of, the whole premise of it, that the two parents separating, upset daughter, and the book kind of drawing them together. It's just there's so many different mechanics in the game that work very well together. They did a very good job. So
It's
I
true.
believe they deserve more credit than they've already been given for that game. So especially being a small indie developer, if they had money, resource, and time, what else can they make?
Yeah, it's made by Hazelight, who made A Way Out, which ironically is the first game that Sean and I ever played together. Did you see the guy who walked up, and I don't know his name, I'm sorry, but I think he's like the CEO or something like that of Hazelight. Did you get to see how he looked?
No, I didn't. I didn't get to see him, but
He is the spitting image of one of the guys out of A Way Out. Like that was a made. He was the likeness for one of those two guys. There were two prisoners. Just so for those who are listening, A Way Out is a game about two prisoners breaking out of prison. You need to work cooperatively to get out of the prison.
oh, yeah. Joseph Fares.
Yeah.
His
And
name, yeah.
he is a spitting image of one of those. I thought that was hilarious when I saw him walk up there. I was like, oh my gosh, I get where he came from now, or where that character came from. So thought that was pretty cool. Number 7, which by the way won game of the year for IGN, Forza Horizon 5, which for Game Informer won best racing game. But then also placed 7th on the list of games of the year, top 10 of the year. I think that I'm good with that. I'm good with that space.
Yeah, I've uninstalled Forza.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I played it enough. It's a good game, but it got to that point where most Forza Horizon games get for me, and it's like I'm just doing the same things all the time, and there's so many things to do that I haven't got the time or energy for it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. I think that, it becomes a game of service at some point, and you don't even realize it, to be fair. You're just kind of driving around playing, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, wow, there's always challenges to do. There's always things. This is like a fortnight of driving, is what this is. You always have something that you need to do or something they're telling you to do. And it's not that that's a bad thing. It's just that there's so many games that you want to experience. Basically, I mean, at least for me, there's so many games that I want to experience. It was just kind of like, all right, I'm gonna move on. I'm good.
Yeah. And there's an absolutely huge following for this. There's people out there that are like constantly doing challenges like to jump the furthest, to like thread the needle with like jumping through certain things or drifting through. So like there is a really big following on YouTube and stuff like that, and Twitch, to kind of perfectionists of the game sort of thing. But to just pick up and play now, it's just I was breezing past it every time. So taking up hard drive space. So bye.
And it takes up quite a bit of hard drive space. Like it's not a small game, obviously. I mean, and it deserves, it uses the space wisely that it takes up. But yeah, I mean, it takes up space. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, I'm actually a little shocked to hear that you uninstalled that. I didn't know that. That's news to me. I still have it. I might join you in that though. I don't know.
I had to make room for Halo, and then a game I'm going to talk about later, Riders Republic, I had to install, so that took some space. I watched a good friend of mine, Super King Andy, he's on Twitch. He's been doing speedruns of Alien Isolation, and it's kind of like drawn me into giving the game a go. And that's on Game Pass at the moment, so I've downloaded that. And then with the last drop that they did last week, there was like Paw Patrol, Ryan, Ben 10, Mortal Kombat. There was a lot of games that dropped that kind of installed with all intentions to play, and then ended up working too much to play them.
Yeah, and I understand that. All right, what's next on the list?
Life is Strange: True Colors, which I know the dads after dark absolutely adore this game. I know Jaya, my eldest, she really liked the first one, and I think she's played that a couple of times now. But it's not one that I've played. I think I played the original. I think I played the first chapter of the original game. But it's just kind of slow-paced, real-life simulator for me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know anything about it, so there's not much I can say. So I'll just let it slide. All right, bye-bye. To be honest.
Yeah. Should I go straight into the next one?
Yeah, sorry, my turn. My bad. I forgot. Number 5. So we're in the top 5 now. Metroid Dread, also the best Nintendo exclusive. One for Game Informer. Yeah, I actually probably would put that higher, to be honest. But I'm good with that. I love that game. One of the few games that notch as one I completed. Sean, do you like that game? I can't remember.
I might like it. I like it enough to be slowly practicing speedruns in different sections. So I've got several different saves, at several different sections to keep going back through the same places to kind of get the speed runs done. So if I have some free time and I'm not playing Animal Crossing or Game Pass stuff, I am honing in my skills on Metroid Dread. So.
Can I tell you? I know this is kind of a side note. Not a side note, but it kind of like hooks into something else. I wish that Halo would take Metroid Dread's control system. This whole like hit the right on the direction pad and then try to find out which way you want to go to get the right special power or the right grenades. It's annoying and it doesn't work. To be honest, I throw whatever grenade is next on my list. I don't have time to try to figure it out.
Yeah, with the grenades, I haven't mastered which one's which, but with the abilities that you unlock, so the grapple, the radar thing, the showing enemies, the pop-up shield, and all that, I have those down now. So.
Yeah, that's good for you. I wish they would take the LB and RB buttons, you'd push it down, and then you would hit, and then that would activate the buttons, your YXA whatever buttons, to be the different powers. And then you could just hit that, hit X if you want to grapple, hit Y if you want to throw out the shield, whatever, and then just keep it. It just seems more fluid to me. It makes more sense to me. I know it's a lot of button combinations, and a lot of people talked about Metroid Dread being too cumbersome in that way, but at least give the option for it, because though it was cumbersome, I learned it and it worked pretty well. So yeah, I would totally be interested in doing that.
The thing is that muscle combination, button combination is cumbersome at first and takes a bit of time, but once you play the game, like with Metroid Dread, it becomes muscle memory. So I can I hit the buttons, unknowingly hit the buttons, because the lizard brain that you have in the back of your head that kind of remembers which things you need to do and focuses more under pressure just knows that's the button combination to do.
Yeah, it's just there. I don't think I could go back to it now. Like, I would have to relearn it. I'm pretty sure my brain is just like, nope, that's information we don't need anymore. He's not playing. But when you're in it, and you get it. That's 100%. Also, just a news flash. Zablanc has DM'd me, or not DM'd me, but tagged me on Discord. He got all the figments in Psychonauts 2.
So not only is that the guy that finishes, but it's the guy that goes the extra mile.
Yeah, which in his podcast could mean a lot of things, so we'll just let that go. Also, I second Hambone Johnny, who is here right now. So welcome, thank you for joining us, Hambone. You're insane. Yep, that's what Hambone told him, and that's pretty accurate. The guy's I don't know how he does it, to be honest. So, but anyways, there you go. You're next, I believe.
Yeah, number 4 in their list is Returnal.
Have you played
it? It's a Sony exclusive, so no, I won't have played it.
This is the only Sony game I've played all year.
A roguelike action, so no, I haven't touched it.
This is the only Sony game I have played all year. I played it at a friend's house. Actually, I played it at a friend's house with the Duke. And man, I will tell you, I don't know if I would like the overall form of the game, because it's roguelike and it's just you're kind of doing that loop over and over and over again. That said, that game highlights what the PS5 can do in a way that I don't know if I haven't played any of their PS5 games, but all I will say is that game highlights what the PS5 can do. It also highlights what the PS5 controller can do, let me tell you, because it felt so good to play that game. I mean, you're running and you hit the rain spots, and the controller just has the little pelts of rain in your hand, and it feels so good. It was. I walked away from that game saying that controller is the better of the two controllers.
I can't wait for that pattern to run out, and other people be able to make controllers that do that for the Xbox.
Yeah. I'm with you. I know. Yeah, they do have the copyright on that. Also, I will say I still believe my conspiracy theory that the HD rumble does cause issues, both with the Joy-Con and with the PS5 controller, because those two controllers have HD rumble from the same company, and they are both having issues. So there's something about that HD rumble in my conspiracy theory mind that causes those issues. So
that's a lot of variant different amounts of vibration in small mechanical parts. That's all I'll say.
Yep, exactly.
For somebody, somebody that works next to something that spins at 3,000 revs a minute and weighs over like easily 100 ton, the smallest amount of vibration can ruin everything.
Yep. Oh. You're next.
I'm not next. You're next.
What? I can't keep track with how this crap works out, man. I just cannot. We did this wrong. Resident Evil Village. Sean, have you played this? Because I'm never going to.
I still haven't played it. It's literally sat right next to me now. Let's see. It's in my daughter's room. Here it is. Resident Evil Village. The game is in the box, which is really tempting.
Yeah.
But no, I haven't played it yet. I'm not even sure if she's finished it yet. So, but I know it's a speedrunner's dream. So I'd like to play it. So yeah, the more I watch different people do speedruns, the more I really want to get into speedrunning. It seems to draw a lot of attention, and yeah, it looks like fun to get that stressed about it.
I was gonna say, man, good on you. I could not handle it. I'm also a little surprised. By the way, when Sean says he's talking about his daughter. Who did she buy it, or did she get it gifted to her, or how did that?
We bought it for her birthday.
Oh, okay, yeah, there you go. So she's playing it. Sean's waiting for her to get done with it, and then possibly he'll play it. Maybe.
Yeah, so I've been waiting since the end of June.
I was gonna say,
game, so.
It's kind of what I thought.
Yeah, there must be a time limit. That's it. In the new year, it's mine.
That's right. So yeah, that's. I'm never gonna play that game, although it does seem to get a lot of high praise, both in the Game Awards and obviously in a lot of other places too.
Yeah. So next on the list is Deathloop, which isn't an Xbox game, but it has been made by the Microsoft Studios for Sony, which I still cannot understand why they've done this, because it's getting a lot of good traction. It'll draw a lot of attention towards Xbox if they kept it exclusive to the Xbox themselves. I haven't seen anything of it. I haven't spoken to anybody that's played it. But it's out there. It's getting a lot of good reviews.
Yeah, Arcane contracted with Sony before Microsoft bought them, was what happened. So they were contracted to make that game before Sony bought them, before Microsoft bought them. Microsoft bought them, and apparently Sony has good lawyers with good contracts, because I'm sure Microsoft tried to find their way to weasel out, and they just couldn't get out of it. So yeah, everybody assumes that it'll be on Xbox this year with the 1 year console exclusive running out, and then it'll be on our platform. Then it'll be on Xbox platform. I'm very excited to see if this is the game that makes me be okay with a roguelike game. That's what that'll be a big thing. I'm not a big roguelike fan. This is obviously a roguelike game. So I'm interested to see if that happens, because it's getting a lot of high praise, but we'll see. It didn't happen with Hades, so I don't hold out great hope, but we'll see. Oh, I'm next. Gosh darn it. I'm next. Number 1. Game of the year for Game Informer, Halo Infinite. I'm good with it. I'm absolutely loving the game.
I am so in with this game, and I'm very much enjoying it. I literally blast through that entire landscape like some kind of bat out of hell.
Yeah, I absolutely am enjoying it. I am 2 missions from the end. I just really need to get there for a lot of reasons, so that I can play some other games that I'm interested in playing. And I will say, for me, like, I have shot enough stuff in Halo campaign. I think it feels like just about the right amount of time, because I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to move on to something else. I've shot enough stuff, like I said, I guess. And actually, we could kind of just roll this right into our next point, which is our weekly Halo review. So you said you just made it past the dig site. Is there anything you want to add from anything you've said last week?
I couldn't find the glitch that you found in the dig site to take on the boss. I paused the game and tried to go back to the photo that you sent me, and I couldn't for the life of me find it. So I just went with the old shotgun to the face until he died. That kind of works quite well for me, because he charges at you a lot. Which, if you're pretty handy with a grapple and the dodge system that you get beforehand, you can easily defeat him in a matter of minutes, which is what I did.
Go ahead, sir.
I'm really enjoying the story. I'm trying to. There's gaps, and we were talking about this before we started. There's gaps in it that I don't understand. Like Cortana is very excited, but also very worried about you returning to the Halo. So I need to know more about that. But I'm loving it. I'm very much going all over the map. So I kind of when I boot the game up, I'm like, okay, so I was here this time. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go there. Then I'm gonna take on this main bit, and then I'm gonna. So yeah, I've come out of the dig site and I've seen the dig spire in front of me, and I was like, okay, I'm immediately gonna turn around and go here.
So I do need to amend last week. I said there's no reason to get to high places. They don't really add anything. Blah blah blah. There's no surprises. And then we closed out, and I started to play Halo, and I decided to try to get to this really high point on this vantage of the next mission I had to do. I get up there, and there's a skull. And I kind of forgot about the skulls, and they add extra little incentives of things to do. Those do seem to be in really tough spots. I found 3 of them. One of them I literally had to like go all the way up to the top of this peak and try to jump down, and almost like you're not really like gliding, you're just falling, but you have to try to like push just right so that you glide on this little like piece of rock that juts out, and you have to land right on it so that you get this skull. So I do want to mention there are those skulls. There are some certain like reasons to try to scale large buildings and get stuff that you need to get. I've already talked about the abilities and the grenades where I have issues. I do think there's a big hole. I still have a couple of missions. I've learned some stuff that obviously I won't say because we're going to be spoiler free here. I've learned some stuff about what's going on, but there's still a big hole with Cortana that I'm almost wondering, will I ever learn it if I don't play or look at those previous missions or previous games? Like, why is Cortana bad? You know, like this is what I want to know, and I don't know that that's going to be answered in this game. And if it's not, that's a really big story hole that they should have plugged for people who are jumping in right here. It may get answered at the end, but at the moment it's not, and that's really frustrating. So
yeah, that's the issue I'm seeing at the moment. Is that I've got more unanswered questions than I do answered questions.
Yeah. Yeah,
but I do love the amount of narrative that John has throughout the game.
Yeah. Also, I would like to say they do, like in the Game Awards, they do the best characters, like the best supporting roles for NPC characters and stuff. They give out awards for that. I would like to give out an award for the most annoying character, and that goes to Echo 216. I'm sorry, that guy is freaking annoying. That's the guy that saves you in the Pelican right at first.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's just like, dude, leave me alone. Like, I'm here saving your ass every second. Yeah, and he's always like, well, I don't want to be here. Why am I here? I don't want to do this. Yeah. I'm like, oh my god, could you just shut up? I'm like kicking the crap out of everybody, and you're over here like whining and sniveling about the stupidest crap. I'm sorry. Anyways, he's the most annoying character that I've played alongside this entire year, for sure.
I do have my favorite gun though. Now I have found it, and it's one of the high value targets. I can't remember what they're called now. Oh, they're called targets.
I thought you were trying to remember the gun. Sorry.
It's one of the little grunts, and it's just like basically a pistol, but it's a one-shot kill for grunts.
Oh. You're not talking the Mangler, are you?
No, it's not the Mangler.
Okay.
It's a shock. It uses shock ammo.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
if you hit a grunt, it hits them, stuns them for a second, and then launches them into the air and kills them.
Huh. I don't know.
One-shot killing.
I'm pretty sure where you're at, I've gotten all the high value targets. I don't know what it is. I'm still the Mangler and a battle rifle. Those two are my deal. Although I will say the shock rifle, I think it's the shock rifle. That's the thing with the continuous beam. I could be wrong about that.
Yes.
Okay, it is. Okay. Yeah, the shock rifle really saved my butt on the last mission I did. The battle rifle just wasn't doing it anymore, and so I went to the Mangler and the shock rifle. And I pretty much, that was what got me through the last mission that I did. So, and I am on, I think I said this already, but I'm on the second to last mission. So, still loving the game. I feel like it's just about the right amount of time. I don't plan to go back and get everything in the game. I just want to finish it and roll credits and be done with it. I'll play multiplayer if Sean ever says he wants to play, or anybody else in the Discord wants to play, but I will never probably play multiplayer by myself. It's just the epitome of not fun for me. So that's all I got.
Have you been collecting all the different skins and stuff like that are dotted about all over the place?
I have, just because I can, or just because, they're there. They're easy to get usually. There's not usually anybody guarding them. So it's just kind of you drop out and do it. Yeah, so, and I do know those affect your multiplayer, or those add to your multiplayer, whatever.
Yeah, that's one of the only reasons why I'm running around collecting them, if I'm honest. So just so the guy looks prettier on the screen.
Yeah, I totally get it. I did jump in a Banshee. I did want to mention this. I don't know if this is a glitch, or if it's a mistake on their part, or if they just want the game to be this freely open. I'm not certain. I jumped in a Banshee, and there's this one spot in your mission, in your journey to save the world. You're supposed to take on this big gate. It's like a complex. It's not, when I say a gate, you make it think like a fence, but it's like a complex that gates off this mountainous area. And you're supposed to go through this gate, blow up all these people, get to the other side, and then that gets to your next objective in the mission. I literally jumped in a Banshee. I didn't mean to do this. It's just how it happened. There was a Spartan core down below. This guy was flying around it, so I grappled to the Banshee, kicked him out, got the Spartan core. Then I just flew up in the air, and I was like, "Oh, what can I do next?" And I was like, "Well, that's my next objective." So I just flew my way over there. As I'm flying over this gigantic gate complex that I'm supposed to fight my way through, it's like, "Get him! Don't let him through. He hasn't come this way. He's too chicken." I just flew right over the whole thing. I never experienced that fight whatsoever. They just let me fly right over it, and I got into the area just like that. So kept moving.
I haven't had a Banshee yet. I like the ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
By far, they're my favorite. Or the giant wheel thing. I can't remember the name of them.
Yeah, like a motor. They're like a motorcycle. I don't know what they're called, but they're like a motorcycle, basically. Yeah.
They're great for those banished that like to run at you.
Yeah, for sure. Also, the Banshee changes everything on the map. It really does. When you get that thing, and you can just start flying around, and you don't have to worry about anything, and you can just go from like dot to dot, man, it really changes everything on the map. I mean, it's almost a different game the way you traverse at that point. You're completely free. So yeah, I'm loving it. Still really liking it, and hopefully the next time we chat, I'll be finished with it. So
fingers crossed. I'll be a bit further with it as well. So, but we shall see, because it's Christmas and then I'm away. So
I get it. I do. News bulletins. This right now. I'm gonna let you. I know, man. I'm having issues today.
Yeah.
So you take the Adidas one, because I have no idea. I don't know what's going on.
So
here.
the only reason why I stuck this in here is because I know there's a couple of sneakerheads in the Discord that like to.
Didn't even know is that a term? I didn't even know that was a term.
Sneakerheads is a term. I know there's a couple out there that really enjoy, obviously, different trainers and collecting video game related ones. So Xbox and Adidas have unveiled their third and final sneaker in the 20th anniversary collaboration. So I think it's Esco Richard, I believe, that bought the last pair, which were like high tops. But these ones are like nice looking sports style running trainers. If I could get away with it and was allowed to wear them, I would probably get them because they are quite nice. But yeah, they've dropped them. I can't remember when they're available. Very quickly look through the website, but yeah, they're out there.
Yeah, well, if you want to look through the website, I can move on. There's a holiday sale going on till January 3rd. I think we told you guys this was probably going to drop soon. It basically dropped the next day, that Friday, or no, was it Monday? I don't remember. It dropped, and there's all kinds of sales on Xbox on the Xbox site right now, or you can go to the store on your Xbox, however you get to your games that you want to buy. I might make my first actual game purchase, which would be Valhalla, which is also kind of why I want to finish Infinite, so that I can make that decision if I want to purchase Valhalla and do that, or if I want to try to finish Psychonauts 2. I just can't make up my mind. I'm also cheap and I don't want to spend any more money. I've never bought a game on Xbox. I also would break that streak. I don't know if I'm ready to do that yet, but there's a sale out there. Lots of good games. A lot of stuff is 50-60% off, and they're well-known games. So go check that out. See if there's something you want to buy there. That goes till January 3rd.
So very enough. Thank you for covering that. The sneakers are available now, but they are also sold out, and they're $140.
What? So. They're sold out? I can't believe it. Oh man, I tell you, $140. Is that a good price? I am not a sneakerhead, so I have no idea.
For a collection, it's a decent price. Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
I know when Vans did the I think they did a Mario collection, or a Nintendo collection, and they were a similar price. So it seems to be
the going price for good video game shoes. There you go. All right, that is our news. Oh wait. Do we want to chat about what's coming in 2022? Sorry, I forgot about that. My bad. I want to save that for 2022.
Yeah, we'll do that for the first New Year podcast.
Nice, we'll do. Okay, we have a lot of. There are a lot.
Hambone Johnny says he wears sneakers on his feet, not his head.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point, Johnny. That's where you probably should be wearing them. Yeah, there are a lot of games coming out in 2022. A lot of games purported to come out. You know, we all know how this works in the video game world right now. So in the first week of the new year, we will chat about what we are excited to come out and see if they actually do make it. So games we have been playing this week. My kids are off from school. My wife's the teacher, so she's off from school, which means there's a lot of stuff going on in the house. So for me, the only game I've been playing that isn't Halo Infinite is the Gunk. And I'm not even going to lie, I've only put in like an hour into the Gunk. Very, very first impressions is it seems like a fun explorathon type game where you're grabbing, you gotta grab certain resources, craft certain things. Hambone Johnny and I were chatting about it. It's on the lower side of time commitment. Only about 4 to 5 hours, I think, is how long to beat said. So it doesn't seem to take too long to get through, which is interesting to me because it got so much. It just seems like there's so much there. So I'm surprised it's such a short time to actually get through. But that said, that is the only game other than Halo Infinite that I've been playing this week. What about you,
and as well
Sean?
As Nick, just very quickly, as well as Nick has played a bit of the Gunk on Twitch, which you can find over on our YouTube channel at Game Pass News. Hambone Johnny, I'm going to do a little bit of a plug for him because he has been playing it a lot. He has streamed it. So if you go over to his Twitch channel, which is Hambone Johnny, all one word, you watch his videos and take his information on that. But yeah,
we can actually plug the fact that Hambone Johnny will be on next week with me because Sean is taking a break, well-deserved break since he's covered my butt numerous times on this show. And so, he will be on Game Pass News next week with me. We'll be chatting all kinds of different things depending on what Xbox wants to do over the holiday season. But especially we'll be talking about the Gunk because by then I will have played the Gunk.
So, other than Halo, the only other Xbox game that I have played which isn't on Game Pass, but I'm going to talk about it anyway because me purchasing it made somebody else purchase it. And I think that's Amber and Johnny. is Riders Republic. So this game's been out for a while, and I kind of watched it in the shadows because it's very much my kind of game. Mass brawl style racing of mountain bikes, snowboards, skis, road bikes, hang glidey type things, jumpsuits, wingsuits. It's like Steep, but with less snow. Made by the same people, Ubisoft. I've been playing that. The game is absolutely bonkers, and I mean beyond bonkers. There's very different levels of control systems in it. So you've got the racer style control, which you don't focus much on the tricks, and you can control the camera more. And then there's a trickster style control system for it, where you don't control the camera at all, and it focuses on tricks. There's auto landing, manual landing, auto grinding, manual grinding. So there's so many different tweaks and twists that you can put to the game to your own gameplay style. It's fantastic. I don't, for the life of me, understand how it didn't get in there with the Video Game Awards, but yeah, it's great. And I got it on sale for, I think it was 60% off. It's currently 40% off in the 2021 holiday sale. So
Okay,
yeah.
help me out.
Hambo and Johnny agrees, it's nuts.
Help me out here. It's an online multiplayer game? Is that right?
So yes, it is an online multiplayer game.
Okay.
But you don't necessarily have to be online all the time. You're not against live players PvP
okay.
style.
Okay.
You're against
Okay.
like a bit like
Forza. Yeah.
Horizon 5, yeah.
Sure.
So you're against the ghosts. But then there is, every so many times a day, there is what's called a mass race. And that is
That's cool.
for everybody who is online at that point to all race together to win.
And is
And
the
that's when it
idea
gets
to get down the
silly
hill
when it's-
first?
Yes. If you get down the hill first, score the most points, and then you can earn stars by doing different challenges within the races.
Okay.
So,
And
it's opened it's opened a massive can of worms, because now when I go on YouTube, and because I've googled, like, YouTubed a couple of videos, the amount of people out there that are playing this and that are absolute perfectionists is unreal. So
is there any brawl to it? Like, while you're going down the hill, can you knock people off their... No? Okay. All right.
in the mass races, you can kind of, there's stuff purposely put in the way, so there's like extra tire walls and extra like poles
Okay.
and stuff like that, and obstacles to try and avoid, to slow you down, to weed out the better players. You can, if you really want, ride into people to kind of, if you bump them from behind, it makes them go that bit quicker, so it makes it harder to control. Or you can sideswipe them, and it kind of pushes them to one side or the other.
Okay.
So,
All right. I get it.
but it's very crazy. It took a lot of practice for the tricks, but I've now got that, especially on the snowboard. I've got the tricks down. The mountain bike's taking a bit more time, because
Nice.
if you're going at full speed, you can't land backwards. So
Gotcha. Okay. That's really cool. Yeah. I remember seeing it debut in some... I don't know, in some reel of Microsoft presentation. Maybe it was E3. Can't remember, to be honest. So that's cool. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I like it. And
that's all I've been playing, unfortunately.
that is
Thank
all
you.
we have been playing. Yeah, it's a slow news week.
It is.
No news, like we said, because it's a slow news week. But the party chat, Hambone Johnny, who's with us, has a couple of questions. Chatting about our cultures, basically, and our food. Hambone asks, do you guys ever get into arguments about potatoes? Chips versus fries, crisps versus chips.
No, because I'm very quiet. I understand. I mean, chips, if you came over here and asked for chips, you would get like chip shop style chips, which are big, chunky, like thick cut fries, basically. Where if you ask for fries over here, you would get like the skinny, dried out McDonald's versions.
Okay, wait. So, if you ask for chips, it sounds like you're basically getting what we call steak fries. I don't know why we call them steak fries. I have no idea. But if you ask for fries, what are you getting? Like shoestring? What we call over here shoestring fries, which are the very small, like Yeah, they're just like super small, and they've been cooked to where there's nothing in the middle. They're just like crispy
Yeah,
little.
basically, if you go to McDonald's and order a meal, the potato part of the meal that you get with that is fries.
Okay, and they're yeah, potato wedges. Yeah, ham bone. That's another way. I don't know why I was raised with them called steak fries. I have no idea.
See,
Probably
over here,
something different.
this is where it gets over here. Potato wedges is a completely different thing.
Okay, what's a potato wedge?
A potato wedge is basically you don't skin the potato, and it is basically just a triangular wedge or wedges of the potato.
Okay. Well, no. So that might be right. Because that is what a potato wedge is for us too. And is it fried?
Usually, yeah.
Yeah.
Either
Okay.
fried or baked in the oven.
Yeah. See, now I gotta look up steak fries because I don't know. Maybe my family didn't know what they were talking about when they were telling me what it is, or maybe I didn't know. I didn't. Maybe I don't know. Now I'm looking it up right now.
And then if you want to get into the crisps versus chips, geez, it's like
I'm already confused, but let's do it.
yeah. If you don't have, well, I don't know. There is people in the UK that believe that just the UK is the only thing to go, but yeah, if you came over here and asked for crisps, or asked for chips, you would get like basically a potato chopped quite chunky and fried in some kind of oil or batter. If you ask for a crisp, then you're going to get a packet of Walker's crisps, cheese and onion, salt and vinegar, or you might even get some Doritos, which, and it even opens another can of worms for you guys over there because you call them tortilla chips.
Yeah, we do. I mean, Doritos. When I think of Doritos, I think of like nacho cheese chips. Whenever I get, or it could be Cool Ranch or whatever. But yeah, if we're just having plain tortilla chips, then yeah, I'm calling them tortilla chips. So, oh, man, you got me like super. I'm so confused. So crisps. I feel like we should make a video about like with a diagram showing like what equals what. So crisps.
Game Pass Snacks, the episode of Game Pass, that would actually be quite a good one. Xbox Game Pass Snacks, like, guide.
Yeah,
US
yeah,
versus
exactly.
UK.
So crisps are like your crisps. Yeah, that's where we're at, Hambone Johnny. Also, we're on a potato rabbit hole because there's just not a lot of news to talk about. So why not have some fun and talk about cultures? So your crisps
if you
are our
chips. If you went to, wow, this is my knowledge of. If you went to a 7-Eleven, I don't know if they're still pretty big in the US. They were when
they are in some areas, yeah.
So if you went to a 7-Eleven, or like even your gas station kind of store where you can get different snacks and stuff, and you went for a packet of Lay's, that is the texture and like look of what a Lay's chip is what we call crisps.
Okay. All right, that makes sense. Okay, so now back up. So what is a chip for you guys? So that's where I got confused. I'm all there. I'm on everything, but
if you Google fish and chips, the look of the potato with
I'm doing it.
That.
Also, there is a difference between a potato wedge. I just looked this up, Hambone Johnny. There's a difference between a potato wedge and a steak fry. A steak fry is broader. Yeah. What are you showing? That's a chip. Chips are like steak fries.
Yeah.
If you look up steak fries, they're much the same.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I think look at this. We're making real headway. So I feel like we're Yeah. Okay. So also when I so steak fries are not potato wedges as much as what you just showed me, which is kind of like a larger fry that's specifically more broad.
Yes. And then literally a potato wedge is, if you were to get a potato, do not skin it just as it is.
Yeah.
Cut it in half and then cut that half into just segments and then air fry it or bake it.
Yeah.
That's a potato wedge.
Okay, good news. When we talk about potato wedges, we talk about the same thing. So
holy crap, we get the potatoes exactly the same.
I know. It's the first thing where they're exactly the same. So yeah, when we're chatting when we're chatting potato wedges, that's what they are. Man, I mean, this is Hambone Johnny. What did you do, man? I mean, we're building. Go for it.
You opened an Irish can of worms because they're famous for potatoes.
Oh my goodness. We are. And Hambone Johnny says we're building international bridges here. We certainly are trying culinary international bridges. Also, I don't think I've searched fries this much on my iPad ever. Just to be.
And
honest.
I'm now hungry.
Yeah, right.
And it's midnight, so can't eat potatoes at this like a gremlin.
Speaking of being hungry, so out of all these we've talked about, which is your favorite?
What you'd call steak fries.
Yeah, that's probably me too. Although I do like a good potato wedge if it's seasoned well. I'm good. Do you guys have curly? Oh, shoot. Now what would you call them?
Yeah, curly fries. Curly fries is a thing. Yeah.
But are they regular?
They're skinny and spirally.
Oh, okay. Like all right. Yeah. All right. So we're on the same page on curly fries as well. Here in at least where I'm from, when anybody says curly fries, anybody in my family at least thinks of Arby's, which is like this fast food. They serve roast beef and they make like really well spiced curly fries. So that's where we think of curly fries. So that's one of my favorite is curly fries. I do like steak fries as well. If I'm gonna do crisps, if I'm gonna do wait, is it crisps? Son of a That's right. It's so hard to keep them. Like, if I'm gonna do crisps, over here we have Mrs. Vicky's. I was telling you about this pre-show. They're more kettle cooked, and I love the jalapeno version. It's like just the right amount of spice because
You see, over here we have crisps, which like your Lay's, but then if you want to go to like Mrs. Vicky's, we have kettle chips, which are like a slightly thicker cut crisp.
They're literally called kettle chips?
Yeah, kettle chips.
You can't do that. You gotta stay. Our chips are our chips, no matter if they're kettle cooked or not. You can't be moving around the crisp and the chip. They're kettle crisps. Like I'm all on board calling them crisps, but you can't be moving them around. Then I'm totally lost. Well, hey, Hambone, thanks for giving us a really fun topic to talk about. The UK versus American chips. There you go. Hambone didn't have anything else. Did have one thing else, which is what's one new thing you're hoping to see from Xbox in 2022?
Smart TV style application for Game Pass and cloud. And if they drop it in the first quarter, it'd be amazing.
Mm-hmm. I do agree with that. I would absolutely love that. I don't know if I actually talked about it on the podcast. I tried attaching my iPad to my TV via an HDMI dongle and using xCloud that way, and the controller lag was too much to handle. So hopefully they figure that out.
You're introducing more latency, are you? So.
Yeah, so much more. I mean, in multiple ways. You have the HDMI cable, which is connected to the HDMI adapter, which is then connected to the iPad. So it's pretty rough. And then you have this Bluetooth connection to the controller. It works in theory. It's just the lag between when I ask something to move and when it moves is not doable. It's too noticeable. I would really, really like to see that, and something that has a good connection to their server system that gets rid of a good bit of that lag, as long as you got a good enough system. I'd like to see them also double down on that xCloud with their own version of an xCloud controller that has Wi-Fi in it that steals Stadia's technology basically, and connects.
Just buy Stadia.
Yeah, why not? They're buying everything else. Oh man, could you imagine?
Microsoft just absorbs Google's love child for game.
Yeah, which it's not like, I mean, it's pretty hard to believe, but also at the same point, it is Google who is like, we're done with this. They do that quite often with stuff. So like, if Microsoft came to them with enough figures, I could see them being like, yeah, whatever, that's fine.
Google are known for either buying or selling a service for quite good money.
Yeah. But no, I would also like to see an xCloud controller that I could purchase that has Wi-Fi in it that helps get rid of the latency And then I think they're really on board. They're right there with Stadia saying, hey, we got the now. They're not actually right there. That would surpass them and Stadia, in my opinion, because now they've got the games, a good service to provide the games, and they've got the hardware to back it up, like Stadia currently has, which puts them in the lead
And
on that side.
it'd be a really good leap on Sony
Yeah.
bringing their Game Pass style service. If they can do that, if they can pull that trigger in the first quarter and be like, okay, so we've got this awesome new controller that does what Stadia does. We've got an application that's on your smart TV, Fire Sticks, refrigerator. It's more stable because we've made more service for it. And then turn around and go to Sony. Come at us, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to see that. Also, if I'm just dreaming, if I'm just dreaming, I would absolutely love to see Fable. I know it's not going to happen, but you asked what's one new thing I would hope to see. I would hope to see Fable in 2022. I know I will not play Fable in 2022, but I do hope to see Fable at like E3 or something. That actually is, I think, a valid hope to see more than a CGI trailer and to see some actual gameplay and learn some more about what their direction for that development is. So that game is one that I pine for. So, but it's better than Pine, so don't get those two mixed up. And those are probably my two big hopes. I also hope to see at least 66% of the games that are on the 2022 list currently. That's what I hope to see. I understand there's going to be some pushes. I get it. But I hope to see at least 2/3 of those games come out this coming year, like they say they're going to. So we'll see.
Yeah, definitely. So that's it for Party Chat. The Golden Ticket stays exactly the same as it did last week. So The Escapist 2 is currently available until the 31st of December. Tropico 5 Penultimate Edition is available until January 15th, 2022. And Insanely Twisted Shadow Planet is available also till the 31st of December. So if any of those games, I think Escapist 2 is a pretty good one to drop on. Just go claim it. Don't have to install it. It's there in your library if you ever want to play it in the future.
I like it. What's on the horizon? There is nothing new at the moment. Xbox is staying pretty silent. Maybe going to wait through the holiday season and then hit us with some stuff in January. I could see that happening. Or maybe tomorrow they'll just drop a whole bunch of games and they'll just totally screw us over. I could also see that happening too. So
yeah, this happens so much in the past when we used to do Dead Crossing. So.
Yep. Nothing really to chat about on the bye-bye section. It's all the same currently. Got a lot of stuff leaving on the 31st, but other than that, that's about it.
That's about a show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a little bit of information. We've already hit on this. I am away next week. We go away. I'll try to go away. Pandemic allowing.
Away.
Yeah. With Lindsay's best friend. We as a family we can try to hire a lodge and all stay together and celebrate the new year. It didn't happen last year because the UK was limited to no household mixing over the Christmas period, so it was cancelled. This year, so far, fingers crossed, touching wood, all that superstitious stuff. It is going ahead. So I'm out, and the good sir who's been in the chat this evening with the potato-based questions, Hambone Johnny, is in. So he will be chatting with Nick. He's probably played a little bit of Halo. We'll be talking about Gunk. He might be able to give his feedback on Riders Republic if he's played a little bit more of it. So yeah, it's a great guy to have on the show. I had him on while you were away once, so it's his second time, I believe. So yeah, look forward to hearing that while I'm away. I'll try and jump in live if I can, depending on level of alcohol consumption and children running around. So. It's the new year, and I'm not working. I'm not at work for a week and a half. So.
Amen, man. You have fun. You do it.
So yeah, that's about it. I'll take us out. Unless you've got anything else to add.
No, I am good. I'm all good.
Cool. So as always, socials are at Game Pass News. That's over at Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. If you've missed the live and you want to see some of the stuff that we've held up to the camera, Now we talked about potatoes and chips and crisps and potato wedges. You can watch this video back over on YouTube. If you're listening to this via your usual podcast outlet, please, if you can, give us a like, give us some feedback, stars, get us up there. It gets us more noticed. If you want to jump in on Discord chat, which is where we pull most of our questions from, that's patreon.com/Nintendo Dads. As little as $1 a month gets you access to the chat. And thank you very much to Hammer and Johnny, Ebucel, This is the Duke, for jumping in on the live chat. It's always good to have people with us. And until next time, I'll see you later.
See you later, guys.